mounted and secured to the bracket. My mirrors are clean and visible, and they have no cracks. My brackets are properly mounted and secured to my door. They have no missing bolts or nuts, and the brackets are clean. The door is properly mounted and secure and in good condition. No cracks, no dents, no holes, and my door also opens and closes properly. Now inside, my door bracket, properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no bends, and there's no missing bolts or missing nuts. From in there, we'll go to the window, properly mounted and secure, clean and visible, no cracks, and it also opens and closes properly. My door handles, properly mounted and secure on both sides, with no missing bolts or missing nuts, no cracks in the door handles. Then we have our rubber seal, or you can say door seal, which is properly mounted and secure on both sides, with no cracks or cuts in the rubber seal. Alright, remember, it's easier when you start in the bracket, which is the only thing you have towards the inside, and then we're going to go top to bottom. Window, handles, rubber seal, and then you're done.
So when the test, even the windows down, you can still say it's a clean, visible, and open and close properly?
Yeah. Remember, if you have a manual window with the handle right here, roll it down, roll it up really quickly. If you have the electric one, they don't really require you to, but if you want to, the buttons are always next to the yellow brake knob. Alright? So from the rubber seal, we finish in the door. Now we do the steps and the catwalk. We don't have a catwalk, but still I'm going to mention it anyways. My steps and catwalk, properly mounted and secured to my chassis. They have no cracks, no bends, no signs of rust, no missing bolts or nuts. The steps and catwalk, they're free of any loose objects or obstructions, and they have no fluid on them, which is always oil and grease. Fuel or diesel tank, properly mounted and secured to the chassis. No cracks, no leaks on the diesel tank, no missing bolts or nuts. The cap is also secure with no cracks or leaks. Your depth tank, alright? This is your depth tank, not your depth system. So the depth tank, properly mounted and secured to the chassis. No cracks, no leaks, no missing bolts or nuts. The cap is secure with no cracks or leaks. I also have more than 1/8 of depth fluid. Alright? From here, now we go to the depth system, which is here. My depth system, properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no leaks, and no missing bolts, nuts, or missing clamps. Huh? No, you don't need to mention both sides. Muffler, or you can say exhaust, is properly mounted and secure from the front of the engine all the way to the back. They have no signs of carbon, no signs of rust, no holes, no missing bolts, no missing nuts, no cracks, no leaks, and no missing or loose clamps. Next, we will continue towards the outside, and we'll go with the drive shaft in the middle. The drive shaft is properly mounted and secure. Hey, don't block everybody, okay? My drive shaft is properly mounted and secure on both sides with no cracks, no bends, and no twists. And my joints, they are secured, clean and greased on both sides. Next is my chassis, properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, no signs of rust, no missing bolts or nuts, and all my cross members are present and secure on both sides to my chassis with no cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, no signs of rust, no missing bolts or nuts. Same thing, that was the end of the side of the truck, and then we're gonna start springs, brakes, and tires. Alright. Brackets, properly mounted and secure on both sides to my chassis. No cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, no missing bolts or nuts, and no missing or damaged bushing. My leaf springs, properly mounted and secure on both sides to the bracket with no cracks, no bends, no missing or loose leaf springs. My U-bolts are properly mounted and secure with no cracks and no missing nuts. And then we have a torsion bar on the side of the truck, properly mounted and secure on both sides to the bracket, no cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, and no missing bolts or nuts. Questions so far? All right, let's go towards the back. Brake hose, properly mounted and secure on both sides to my coupling and fitting, no cracks, no leaks. Brake chamber, properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no leaks, and no missing bolts, nuts, or missing clamps. The push rod and the slack adjuster, properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no bends, no missing parts or pins, and when the brake is released, the push rod doesn't move more than 1 inch. Then again, brake pads and the brake drum. Brake pads, properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no bends, no signs of wear, more than 1/4 inch of pad material, no oil or grease. The brake drum, properly mounted and secure, no cracks, no dents, no holes, no missing bolts or nuts, no oil, no grease. Now tires. Both the tires properly mounted and secure and in good condition. Oh, sorry. Right here. Hello. There you go. All right, both tires properly mounted and secure and in good condition. No cracks, no cuts, no bubbles. Tires both have good air pressure. We can check with the air pressure gauge to the valve stem. The tires there are also evenly worn and have more than 232 inch of tread depth. Now in the middle of the tires, I have enough space. There are no obstructions and the rims are body to body. The rim is properly mounted and secure. No cracks, no bends, no illegal welds, and no signs of rust. The valve stem and cap properly mounted and secure. No cracks, no leaks. All my lug nuts and bolts are present and tight. They have no damage in the holes, no damage on the bolts, and no signs of rust. Why? Because they're not loose. And then for the side of the truck, you're always going to have an axle seal. So my axle seal is properly mounted and secure. No cracks, no leaks, no missing bolts or nuts. Next is the mud flap, properly mounted and secure to the chassis. No missing bolts or nuts, no cuts, no tears on the mud flap. It's also not touching the floor or the tire. And sometimes you will have the DOT tape on the mud flap. Please mention it if you see it. Brake lights, properly mounted and secure, clean and visible, no cracks, and in the proper color, which is red in the back. Any questions on the side of the truck? Form B.